Send it.
The Electronic Arts and DICE have just dropped the first major Battlefield 6 reveal trailer, confirming the name and officially pegging the open beta for early August, with data mining pointing to a likely August 4th start. It's the biggest signal yet that EA is ready to invite everyone in after months of closed Battlefield Labs teasing. The trailer introduces Pax Armata, a ruthless mercenary PMC bankrolled by ex-NATO states, pivoting the conflict into a global war scenario. We get sharp glimpses of Manhattan in chaos, multi-vehicle skirmishes, collapsing buildings, and mass-scale engagements that span land, sea, and air. Leaks from Battlefield Labs have filled in more detail, NATO forces clashing with Pax Armata and their multinational squads. We've spotted UK's United Albion, US-based Coyote Squad, Egypt's Desert Locusts, and Pax Armata's own fireteam Yaga and Espada units, drawn from Balkan and North African recruits BFCOM. Campaign leaks lay out a high-octane single-player arc prologue, plus 8 missions across Egypt, Tajikistan, the USA, and Gibraltar. One mission has us retaking Gibraltar's Rock as part of Dagger 1-3, neutralizing floating mines, beachhead drops, subterranean assaults through the Great Siege tunnels, and disabling anti-air networks to allow NATO air support. Another leaked clip shows the dramatic final act of a Tajikistan mission, blowing up a dam in a cinematic flood of debris, collapsing concrete, jets overhead, feeling straight out of Battlefield 4's peak campaign moment. Multiplayer leaks echo that tone. Closed alpha gameplay includes 15 minutes of refined modern-era maps, full vehicle roster, tanks, helis, jets, and next-gen destruction that echoes BF3 and BF4 while moving past 2042's shortcomings. EA's also officially confirmed a hybrid class system for the open beta. Players will be able to choose between classic class-locked loadouts or an open weapon system based on preference. With a global campaign narrative, returning destruction mechanics, and the open beta a week into August, it looks like EA is serious about reclaiming the crown. That's the core: global war with cinematic flair, high-stakes narrative, iconic destruction, and deep multiplayer. For fans of classic modern Battlefield, this is the breakthrough moment. Experience a new chapter in the legendary horror series like never before. Clive Barker's Hellraiser revival takes first-person action horror survival to the next level. Play the story of Aiden, who must use the power of a mysterious puzzle box, the Genesis configuration, to help his girlfriend Sunny's escape from the otherworldly hellscape of the Labyrinth. Wield the powers of the box to survive your bargain with the infamous Pinhead, and do battle with the horrific cult devoted to the Cenobites.
It thirsts for excruciating pleasure, the very thing we offer. She is hellbound. Follow her, for we have such sights to show you.
Bloober Team's upcoming third-person horror blends cosmic body horror, time travel, and retro-futuristic atmospheres in an alternate 1980s Poland. You play the Traveler, sent into a viral apocalypse known as The Change. The gameplay focuses on tense engagements with grotesque beings, where dismembered foes can merge into larger threats if not properly destroyed. Environment design alternates between misty hospitals and oppressive industrial ruins, echoing influences like Dead Space and Dark Souls. One interesting mechanic is the merge system. Failing to incinerate a fallen enemy risks it fusing into an even more dangerous opponent. Expect a bleak narrative conveyed through audio logs and cutscenes. Release is slated for late 2025 on PS5, Xbox, and PC. Experience a new chapter in the legendary horror series like never before. 13 returns with a prequel set in the 1900s Sicily. You play Enzo Favara, a Jewish Sicilian miner turned gangster, as he joins the Torrisi family. Gameplay blends cinematic set pieces, horse riding sequences, knife duels, and classic open-world footage reminiscent of Mafia 2. Built in Unreal Engine 5, the game recreates rural Sicilian atmosphere, period vehicles, and moral tension.
Nobody hides from this family. Not for long. High walls, iron gates, armed men. They think those will keep them safe. Show them otherwise. Out there, you're my eyes and ears, Enzo. What you see, what you hear, it belongs to me. Never forget that. Our enemies lie in wait, like vipers in the grass. We must strike first, quietly and without hesitation. If someone were stupid enough to put his hand in my pocket, it would be up to you to return what is mine. And remember, what you give to this family, you shall receive back in kind. Welcome, Enzo.
One of the most unique or the weirdest game you'll see this year. Set in a claustrophobic dentist's office, players face malfunctioning clinical tools, psychological terror, and surreal audio-visual effects. Early demos stress tight level design, procedural scares, and mental dread. It's a smaller scale indie project emphasizing atmosphere and tension over combat, promising a late 2025 release. Ubisoft Massive's open-world adaptation launched December 2023, but we could say a brand new game from that same project is about to release this year. It's a huge update, and what everyone has been waiting for. It's pretty much gonna be an entirely new game. A major free update on December 5th, 2025 will add full third-person support for the whole experience, new Game Plus mode, and enhanced camera and motion systems, expanding replay and immersion. Players revisit Pandora's vast biomes, facing evolving threats while customizing their Navi avatar. Over 2 million copies sold, this update refreshes the title's appeal early in its life cycle.
Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which has already been expanded since launch with 2 story packs. The Skybreaker, where you join the great Navi games and experience the Zakru migration, and Secrets of the Spires, introducing a stunning mountainous region built to elevate the thrill of Banshee flying. We also hope that you enjoyed our past quality of life updates, including a revamped Hunter's Guide, smoother 40 FPS mode, rebalanced combat, and so much more. With the new free update arriving close to the movie Avatar, Fire and Ash, releasing December 19th, there's never been a better time to play Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora.
Grounded 2 builds on its predecessor's micro-scale survival gameplay, now featuring darker aesthetics, more varied insect threats, deeper story hooks, and signature additions like rideable buggies, harvest ants, orb weavers, and soon scorpions and butterflies. Systems like light and heavy attacks, cover options, stealth, and base building return alongside co-op support, aiming to deepen both challenge and narrative.
At the local park. And the work that we are doing is, how do I say this without saying it? It's scary. I shouldn't say it's scary. Our team is doing it new Ominid style, baby. So, no leaks. No teens. Just calm, cool science. We've heard your requests, and we are proud to announce that we are so close on so many exciting developments. It It hasn't been easy. Yes, the fatality rate for our employees seems bad, but if you do compare it to other city park miniaturization research programs, it's really not, forget this. Maybe we don't use that? But we're ominent. We're strong. We're normal. It's going to be amazing. Okay, when you see where this whole thing is headed, you are gonna smile and shake your head and think, I can't believe she did it. Or we did it. You'll be so proud to have been there from the beginning. You might even, feel something.
This surreal first-person cosmic horror adventure is looking absolutely unique. You traverse looping, distorted architecture, uncovering fragmented narratives of grief and self. Visuals are abstract and dreamlike with non-linear storytelling and haunting ambient sound. While tech polish is ongoing, the core experience is immersive and unsettling. A short but focused release is anticipated in 2026 after refining the early demo based on feedback. Set in an open-world planetary environment, Sand is an upcoming PvPvE looter shooter with early access scheduled for 2025. Pilots can build and customize walking machines called Tramplers, scavenge for rare components, and fight rival squads and AI factions. Procedurally generated maps, vehicle combat, defensive turrets, and base restoration are key features. Emergent sandbox with strategic depth and team-based dynamic conflict.
Buy and sell components, weapons, and resources to ensure that you have everything you need on your next expedition and to keep your Trampler top of the line. Of course, with Trampler customization being such an integral aspect of the Sand experience, we've developed a ton of new compartments and balanced many of the existing ones. New compartments designed specifically for solo crews have also been added to improve the overall solo experience. Heading down to the planet, you'll find yourself coming across a number of new islands, forts, and areas to explore for loot. You'll also find areas in which you can dig for hidden treasures and other resources in unexpected corners of the planet. Aboard your Trampler, you can now install and uninstall Trampler cannons on the fly to help adapt to specific situations. For example, swapping out long-distance explosive turrets for shotgun turrets when getting up close and personal with another crew. Weapons and turrets now come in various quality levels, with lower quality having lower maneuverability or number of ammo slots, and higher quality weapons and turrets having the inverse, which can put their owners at a distinct advantage on the battlefield. Rare artifacts can also be found around the planet that are capable of turning the tide of battle for anyone fortunate enough to stumble upon them. These include orbital strike pointers, anti-reactor guns, deflector shields, bio-emitters, and more. If you find yourself on the opposite side of a Trampler outfitted with legendary weapons or a crew bearing the more destructive artifacts, you can make a quick escape with the Turbo Rod artifact, which can be inserted into your reactor for a short burst of speed to make for a hasty retreat. This is going to come in particularly handy in a lot of scenarios, not least when trying to escape the devastating sandstorms that have begun to ravage the planet. Sandstorms now engulf Sophie over the course of a session, slowly restricting the field of play for any scavengers within the world. Tramplers can survive some harsh treatment, but get caught up in one and you'll be on an express journey straight back to the orbital station in no time. While players can extract earlier in the game in the usual extraction sites, anyone who hasn't extracted before the sandstorm makes it to the center of the map will have to call in for evac from the Dreadmoor, a massive stranded ship that will be all remaining crew's only ticket to safety. This can lead to explosive confrontations with the last Trampler standing taking the spoils, or if remaining crews want to play it safe and try to extract without being too greedy, they can try to communicate with the other remaining crews and attempt to broker an agreement allowing everyone to extract safely with whatever they have in their possession.
Listed on Steam as a horror escape room style action horror, Slackjaw is minimalist and both tense and puzzle oriented. Early developer footage suggests tight corridors, environmental traps, sound-based scares, and slow reveals that play on paranoia. It's quiet, claustrophobic, and expects players to rely on wits over weaponry, a nod to the classic horror puzzle hybrid. 88% of you watching this video right now aren't subscribed, which is crazy. Let's get that number down to 8% right now. Click it for more content on new games just like this. A fan-made total conversion mod using Jizz Doom Fallout. Bakersfield recreates the original game's Necropolis area as a first-person experience, featuring retro aesthetics, period-accurate weapons, true Fallout mechanics, and nods to original lore. The demo is impressively polished, showcasing nostalgic design and expanding sense of exploration. Expected to be fully released mod style circa 2026.
Think he beat your head now?
Dreadmoor is a Lovecraftian fishing adventure set in a post-nuclear apocalypse world. Sell your yield, upgrade your boat, build equipment, and battle monsters lurking in water and on land. Explore forgotten lands and discover ancient secrets. Take the helm of a fishing trawler and go to a world full of submerged islands and ruins of a forgotten civilization. You have a long, challenging journey across the submerged land. Catch fish, sell your yield to survivors, upgrade your ship, build equipment, and manage your inventory. Be ready to fight back against mutated creatures. Beware of radiation, and remember, you cannot trust anyone. Someone is after more than just your yield.
Well.
Embark with up to 6 players on an underwater adventure to uncover treasures, shipwrecks, resources, or forgotten creatures. You'll also almost certainly find death. Print your gear, assign roles, and craft a careful strategy. Or just charge in head first, whatever floats your submarine. Even if you think you know the area, you'll probably be in for a nasty surprise. Your teammates have gone silent and a menacing shadow looms. Muster all your courage and throw it as a distraction while you make a break for it. If you're still alive, dive back in deeper.
The job was supposed to be easy. An uninterrupted cycle of consumption. What could go wrong? You just need to stay awake. It's not that hard. The store helps you. It keeps you company. You keep working. The shithole won't clean itself. It needs your attention. Every night feels the same. But something's wrong. You're not sure if it's the store. Or you. The store never closes. Not really. It opens to something else. Your past. Welcome to the Annabelle Corner Shop.